Hi Cancer, welcome to How Love Tarot. This is a bonus reading for May 2022. I'm in the middle of pulling your tarot cards, your oracle cards, and then I will pull your tarot. Spirit, may I have one more oracle card, please? For Cancer. What do they need to know? What will validate this reading? What will give them guidance? What will inspire them and motivate them? What do they need to know? Thank you. Well, keep getting several cards for you. Okay, as and when they become relevant, I will discuss them with you, Cancer. So, can I have the present position for Cancer? What's going on in their present position? What will validate this reading for Cancer? What's going on with Cancer? What do they need to know? What will validate this reading, Spirit? We got the Two of Wands. We've got the Six of Swords. And we've got the Queen of Wands in the reverse for the present position. Spirit, may I have the Strength position? What do they need to know? What will help Cancer? What will motivate them, inspire them? What will give them guidance? Spirit, may I have the Strength position for Cancer? May I have the... Thank you. Which way? Thank you. We've got the Seven of Coins. Wow. We have the Magician. One more for the Strength position, Spirit. One more. And we've got the Ace of Wands. Can I have the challenge for Cancer? What's going on in the challenge? We've got the Fool card in the upright position. And we've got the King of Cups in the reverse. I think I need one more for the challenge. Thank you. And we've got, wow, we got the Five of Coins. Can I have, what's the outcome for Cancer? What do they need to know? What will inspire them, motivate them, and give them guidance? What do they need to know, Spirit, for the outcome? What do they need to know? What does Cancer need to know, Spirit? What does Cancer need to know? We got the Page of Cups in reverse, the Page of Swords in the upright position. I feel like I need 4 cards, Spirit, for the outcome. I don't know why. I feel like I need 4. Wow. Okay. Oh. Which way do you want these cards, Spirit? Okay. Cancer, what we have for you in the present position is the Two of Wands. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Six of Swords. And we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Spirit, can you bring it forward? What's going on with Cancer in their present position? It looks like you have a decision to make here. You have 2 different paths to take here in your present position. It feels like you're working very hard to leave behind the past, leave behind hurt and pain, leave behind struggles of any sort. So it feels like you are in a situation where you're making, trying to decide what direction that you want to go in. Now, these are 2 very different directions. I feel like one is perhaps more superficial than the other, but they are both important. So I feel like you can go either way. One is much more spiritual in nature. I feel like one is much more kind of following your soul, and the other one is following what makes sense or doing something that is much more grounded in the physical reality. So this is a general reading, but for those of you that can take this as a love reading, I do feel that coming out too. Like, I feel like there's a choice here in many different areas in your life. I feel like that's what you're going through right now, Cancer. I feel like there's a lot of decisions to be made, and each of these decisions, because you are changing and walking away from the past and all the hurt and pain, and I feel like you are healing successfully. What's going on is that many things are changing in your life, and it kind of is creating this, I wouldn't say confusion, but I would say that there is, I feel like there's a logical decision to be made and a not so logical decision to be made, and that has to do with career, money, finances, or in a relationship. Now, I do feel like here in this card, for those of you that can take it as a love reading, there are two people present here that you're having to make a choice between, and both people will help you to end pain and suffering. The issue is that it's it's kind of like a long-term thing, looking at whatever decision you have to make, because you don't know. I feel like you're even divided about what you're passionate about, because the Queen of Wands is in the reverse. So I feel like you're in a state of just kind of, because usually you can follow your instincts, you can follow something, usually outweighs one thing or the other. But I feel like there's a positives and negatives that you're looking at, and so you can't use your inner guidance, that passion, the internal barometer within you to make that decision, because I feel like both have their attributes that are positive, and both have their attributes that are negative. Here in the Strength position, what we have is the Seven of Coins. And I do feel like abundance is coming your way. I do feel that whether that be emotions, whether that be in a new situation of some sort, but I do feel like there's definitely some reciprocal energy here. And I feel as if you have many options coming your way. Now, I do feel like there's an abundance of emotions for you. And for some of you, this has to do with something that began back in the autumn last year. And it is something that is, I feel like something that you're sharing here too in the Strength. So there's reciprocal energy here, but it's I feel like there's this feeling of just people wanting you, Cancer, in the Strength position. Here we have the Magician. Spirit, bring it forward, what's going on here in the Magician. We have that, and here we have the Ace of Wands in the upright position. So I feel there is a direction that you're going in, that you're trying to manifest a lot of freedom and a lot of new beginning, kind of like a phoenix rising from the ashes. And so there's an incredible amount of strength in your manifestation energy. And I feel like that, Cancer, and it's one of the reasons why you're taking your time to make a decision in different areas of your life. And I do feel like it will, what I'm seeing are 3 different areas. Now, this can apply to some of you, or parts of it can apply to, a couple of you. But for some of you, it applies to all all three areas of your life. So I feel like there are choices to be made in love. I feel like there's choices to be made in career. And I feel like there's choices to be made in where you live. And so that is the strength. The strength is that, you know, you wanted things to change and they're changing. And here we have in the challenge position, you're very, very cautious about taking a leap of faith in the challenge position. And so it is a leap of faith. It is a decision that you have to make where, you know, it is so possible that things can go in either direction. And here in the King of Cups, I feel like in something, what you're concerned about is that you walk away from something that you love by accident. And because, you know, that's the leap of faith, right? Not knowing what's going to happen in the future. And so I feel like what you're concerned about is letting something go that you shouldn't let go. And so you're very, very cautious about it. But the thing is, the thing that you're letting go, there is a feeling of, you know, how I was saying things were getting reciprocated in their strength. There's a feeling of what you are thinking about letting go of. Currently, what's happening, and one of the reasons why it is an issue is that it's currently not producing what it is supposed to be producing. So let's say you're in a relationship, it's not, and the, you know, where if you have to choose between two people, one of them is not being as expressive in their emotions as the other. If it's career, it feels like there's a stalling of the career, and that's why you're wanting to go in a different direction. And when I say stalling, I feel like there is, and again, there is that energy, 5 of coins, of being left out in the cold and not getting what you're worth, what you deserve. That maybe the industry is not producing what it's supposed to be producing. Maybe the business is not producing what it's supposed to be producing. And so there is that feeling of that energy of, is this the right time to walk away? And should I do that, or should I continue to put energy in something that I think is going to go in a direction that may be unfulfilling? But, you know, it's a 50-50 gamble. We've got the 5 of coins here. So, you know, the challenge is it could go either way, right? And you know that. Here in the strength, we have a lot of cards, Spirit. So I need you to help Cancer in regards to this decision, because it's quite a difficult decision for them. Can you bring forward energy that will help clarify the outcome, what will give them guidance, what will show them the way, what will clear up the path for them? Now, here I see, you know, we've got the Page of Cups in the reverse and we've got the Page of Swords in the upright position. And so it does feel like here what's happening is that there are 2 new things that you are having to decide between. And they are, and again, I'm feeling the energy in regards to relationship. And so there is, you know, one is, you know, with the Page of Cups being in reverse, Spirit, can you give me the words here? I'm struggling a bit here. One, you know that one, okay, so let me break it down this way. If you can take this as a love reading, it feels like one person is coming forward extremely authentically. They can communicate how they feel about you. The other person has difficulty communicating how they feel in general. And so they're 2 very different types of personalities in regards to being able to be expressive. Now, just because one cannot express their feelings, because the Page of Cups is in reverse, it doesn't mean that they don't feel it. It's just that they're quite vulnerable when they do express it. So you've got somebody here that finds rejection extremely difficult and is extremely cautious and very, very guarded. And so in the outcome, you're having to make a decision between two entities here, two people. For those of you that cannot take it in a love relationship, again, I feel this decision making between one situation that is kind of living your spiritual truth, and the other has to do with something, I feel, where people love what you do and, you know, would be disappointed to see you go. There's a metamorphosis, Spirit just said. There's a metamorphosis taking place in your life right now. And Spirit makes me feel here, Spirit stepping in and channeling, Spirit makes me feel like you can't go wrong. And understanding that you can't go wrong is the big part of all of this. Spirit makes me feel here that you've gone through so much that what happens is that you are having difficulty in the decision-making process, because decisions that you've made in the past that you thought were firm decisions, obviously things have played themselves out and they have come apart. So things that were very, very strong and supposed to be, you know, very, very firm, set in a very firm foundation, it came crashing down. And so there's a split, right? You're kind of living in the split there of kind of past history, you know, the reality that there's no permanence in life, but yet this need to have some type of validation that there would somehow whatever you're heading into is a good investment of your time, your energy. And so what we have here again is a number 2, right? We have that decision making energy in and what we have here is flying, but it's kind of like a unicorn, and we have a maze, right? So you're having to work. It's not like you're gonna, Spirit makes me feel like you're not gonna work your way through this. I feel like you're going to just ultimately take a leap of faith in either direction. And I feel here slow and steady. So for some of you, I've got this situation that you're working on. I feel like everything is slow and steady. So Spirit is making me feel here, gentle gardener, slow and steady. Spirit makes me feel like you don't need to make a black and white decision. Spirit makes me feel here that you don't have to eliminate one thing and fully put yourself into another thing. Spirit makes me feel that you can tend to all the options until one makes themselves very, very clear. And one is very, and it's sitting in your energy much more securely. So Spirit makes me feel like you shouldn't walk away from anything, but you should give your energy very gently and very slow in energy to all situations where you're having to make a decision. Spirit makes me feel that some situations, the decision is going to be made for you. And so it's going to be a process where something eliminates you. So for example, let's say you're going for 3 jobs. One of them is going to turn around and say, well, you know, I'm sorry, we found our candidate and you're not it. And then that takes the decision making process out of 3 things to 2 things. And then Spirit is saying, you know, gentle gardener, slow and steady. So you just tend to both without committing, right? Without full commitment. But so for example, if you're studying for an exam, you still go in that direction. You don't have to do a 180 and go into a whole new career. If you're doing an exam or a degree, continue to do it. If you've started something that's almost at completion, finish it. And you don't need to make any big decisions. You just have to finish what you started. And that's what Spirit makes me feel here. With any situation you're already in, finish what you've started. And here in the outcome, Spirit, bring it forward then. We have the Knight of Swords, we have the Ace of Coins, and we have the Knight of Wands. And so I do feel here that what's going to happen in these decisions is there is this energy of, I don't feel like you're starting fresh. I don't, you know, because the Ace of Coins is not in the upright position, it's in the reverse position. The Knight of Wands is in the reverse position. So I don't feel like you're necessarily starting something fresh. But I do feel like you're going to be looking quite intently at what you're giving your energy to. And I do feel like you're going to shift your energy from making a decision to becoming the observer of all the situations that are presenting itself. Spirit makes me feel like you need to trust your instincts. So if you feel like you shouldn't go in a direction about something and it feels very, very strong to you and you know it unequivocally, then trust that. So that is your bonus reading, Cancer. I hope it helped, and thank you to all my loyal subscribers. Thank you for all the new subscribers. It's much appreciated, and thank you for watching the videos. I hope the video helped, Cancer. You take care.